Hi guys, Chris coming to you from Think Tank headquarters. I'm here to talk to you today about the 4 leadership styles to incredible influencing. So why is this so important? Well, Ken Blanchard, motivational speaker and author, says that the key these days to effective leadership is not through authority, it's through influencing. So if you can learn these really quick and easy techniques to be able to influence both your team, your clients and your community, then you're going to have far more reach. You're going to be able to serve more people and do what you do best with a whole bigger range of people. So here they are. Let's start off with down here, the telling style of leadership. And the telling style of leadership is necessary when the relationship with the person that you're communicating with is really low, and when the task that's required to be done is really high. So let's say it's someone new into your business who doesn't have a relationship with you, doesn't really know the ins and outs of your business, is really learning from day one. You're going to have a real telling style as to how you communicate with them. So what that means is you're going to give them a high level of direction, so much direction that you're setting the benchmarks for how you actually want them to perform, what you're expecting of them, and also what they can expect of you and your business and the rest of your team. You're going to go into a lot of specifics. So as I mentioned earlier, you're really going to get very clear about what's expected of them and give them all the detail, lots of detail, so that later on down the track, if they fall off the wagon a little bit, it's much easier to bring them back in. And there's also going to be a really low level of support at this point. Why? Because basically you're telling them everything, so there's not a lot of thinking and not a lot of creative license that they need to take in order to actually make things happen or complete the task in the early days. This is a really high learning style, a really high learning stage for both your team and your clients and your community. So it's really about educating at this stage. If you think about your service and what you're wanting to get out there to your market, it's really about telling them absolutely everything you do. This next style of leadership, in order for you to have incredible influencing skills, is really about selling. So this is where you're going to give people a lot of direction and a lot of support and a lot of explanation about how you make decisions and why you make decisions. And at this stage of at this leadership style, you're really going to be giving them a message. So you're really going to be telling people what it is in a way that is more about influencing them. So it's more about getting the creative juices flowing for them in terms of thinking about how your service can actually assist them, or how what you've already told them in this stage, the telling stage, in the case of a team member for instance, they can actually put into play. The next style is participating, and this is where again you give people a lot of direction and a lot of support, but it's more about you sitting down with them and asking lots of questions in the support stage. And what that actually does is it helps people to feel as though you're wanting to understand them. So by this stage of the relationship, so remembering at this point here, the level of task is going to be quite low, and also the relationship has started to move up this axis here. So you're developing that rapport and that relationship with someone. So in the case of a team member, it's really about them having settled in at this stage and knowing how things work, having built rapport with the rest of the team, having built rapport with your clients as well. And you can start to give them the direction to be able to start to hand over the reins, and the support comes from you asking about their opinion on things, asking how they would like to do things, based on the fact that back here in the early days, when the relationship was low, you've given them all the standards and the benchmarks. And then this leadership style, the delegating leadership style, is really about giving them less and less direction. So what's happened is your relationship is high, and that you don't need to give them as much detail because they're not maybe necessarily doing all of the tasks that they were once doing on day one. So here you can drop back on the direction that you give them. There's far less support that's needed from you, so you can start to stand back, or you can start to get more strategic in your business and let go of the reins. It's really important here that you give over the responsibility for them to start making decisions, taking action and interacting with your clients or with your community in a way that would replicate the way that you do. You give them the authority to make the decisions. However, this is where the rubber hits the road. If things fall apart, you're the one that's ultimately responsible. It's your business and you're the one that's got to step in and say, you know what, I messed up. So in that case, you may need to go back to telling, set the benchmarks again, get specific again, and then step back out again. So they're the 4 different leadership styles to incredible influencing. There is a download for this, so please do download the worksheet, fill it out, post in the Facebook page, and if you have any questions whatsoever, tag me, Chris Bocconi, and I'll be able to help you out with those. So if this content was valuable for you and you've learnt something and it's something that you might implement in your own business, we'd love to assist you more. If you'd like to learn more about leadership, team development or communication, or just how to get more effectiveness out of your business or out of your people, then click on the link below, register for a strategy call, and one of our team will contact you very soon to help you find 100K in your business over the next 90 days. Thanks, guys.